Hey guys, JOEdell Beckham here, back to recap everything that you need to know for what transpired in the annual Metlife Bowl between the Giants and the New York Jets. Now, the Giants started on defense on this drive, and as usual, they were their dominant selves versus the putrid Jets offense. Look at this sack by Darian Thompson. Now, I wanted to show this for two main reasons. Number one is because Darian just so happens to be a big supporter of the JOEdell Beckham show. I mean, look at that. Let's how about that for some good eats, right, man? And reason number two is because now this is a really well schemed play by Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator. He comes in completely unblocked, unnoticed. He takes advantage of their offensive line just not really knowing what they're doing, and the young Christian Hackenberg not being able to make any checks at the line of scrimmage. So I thought this was a little bit refreshing because, as bad as the Giants' offensive line can be at times, it's nice to know that other teams also have offensive line problems. It's not just the Giants, and here's a big example of that right here. Now, they managed to force a punt on this drive and kick the ball back to the offense, which starts off not so bad. However, it was killed thanks to the pressure given up the middle by John Jerry. Now, here he gets completely obliterated by the Jets defensive lineman and forces Eli Manning to throw that ball way sooner than he should have. And that's bad. He gets absolutely ragdolled, as you can see right here. That's not even close to competitive. You see, John Jerry's a guy that he needs to be pass blocking well in order to stay in the game because he is one of the worst run blockers that you can get there at guard. And if he's not doing his job as a pass blocker, he needs to be on the bench. One of the biggest keys to get from this game was the success that rookie Evan Engram had working the middle of the field. Now, if you're looking at this play right now, he burns Darren Lee for the first down. Now, this is something I expect him to do with relative regularity. Remember my video on the Super Bowl prediction where Eli Manning was quoted saying, oh yeah, in order to beat this cover 2 defense, we need more of a threat in the middle of the field from the tight ends. Well, we have it now. This is something that the Giants needed for years, but now that they finally have this missing chess piece, this should be able to really open up the rest of their offense, which is going to open up things for Beckham, which is going to open things up for Marshall, which is going to open up things for the running game. I'm very excited about this pick, and I know it's only the preseason, but I think he's going to be one of the main cogs for this offense. Even if he's not necessarily producing stats, his presence and his skill set that he brings to the table is really going to help the offense. Now, one thing to note in this game is that the offense did perform much better as soon as John Jerry was benched in favor of Brett Jones. Now, Brett Jones is a guy that's been on the team for a while. He came from Canada, was the best offensive lineman in Canada, and I really hope that the message is getting sent to the Giants coaching staff that he needs to be playing over John Jerry because that was the most effective offensive line unit that they put on the field to date in this preseason, and therefore that is the offensive line configuration that they need going forward in order to give the offense the best chance to win. One thing to note from towards the end of the game is one receiver that's been making plays is Travis Rudolph. This is an undrafted free agent rookie that legitimately has a chance to push his way into onto the roster. I didn't expect too much from him being undrafted, but he's been making play after play. He showed that he can handle a punt return, and he's a guy that I'm rooting for to take over one of the last receiver spots. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today was actually the kicking battle, believe it or not. Now, both kickers, Nuggent and Rosas, have not missed a kick yet. They've been perfect. So how do you really evaluate which one is better when neither one has missed a kick yet? I think they're going to end up going with the young guy, Rosas, who's been with the team all through camp. Nuggent was really just brought in as a veteran to push him. But I don't see why you don't try to trade one of them. I mean, the Bears, the Buccaneers, these are teams that have bad kickers, so I'm sure one of those teams, and I'm sure there's plenty others that can use a solid kicker, just trade them. The Giants traded McManus, I believe, for a 7th round pick or something like that. Let's flip Mike Nuggent for a 7th or something. The Giants have plenty of depth at defensive line too. Instead of cutting these talented players, I say try and get what you can for them instead of getting rid of them for free. Let's see what the market says. that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and until next time, peace, fans.